Okay, so you had a question about these last two here. So give the intervals of x such that g of x is greater than 0, and then same thing but less than 0. So what that means is, and they have up here y equals g of x, so the g of x is just kind of replacing the y side of the equation. So what this is really saying is find the intervals of x, so find the intervals on the horizontal such that the y's are greater than 0 or that the y values are less than 0. So if we look here, where are the y values greater than 0? Well, first off, 0 is this x-axis, right? Anything above it, the y values are greater than 0. Anything below it, the y values are less than 0. So if we're looking for the greater than 0 parts, that looks like the graph is above the axis between -2 and 0. So that would go, and then there was no equals on those, so we want to be careful to use parentheses because we're not including any of the zeros themselves, just the areas that are above or below. So this would go -2 to 0, and then union that. This is all below the axis, so that's all less than 0, but then here at 4, it looks like it increases forever. So this would be from 4 to infinity. So that's the greater than. The less than would be all the regions where the graph is below, so those x values, and then this is called an asymptote, and we'll learn more about those later in the quarter. But for right now, it looks like this is going to continue down forever, but it's not crossing that point, so we need to be careful to exclude -4 from our solution set, because it doesn't look like the function has a value there. So for the less thans, we're going to go from -infinity and then up to, but not include that -4. And then we'll union that. We'll pick up on the other side of 4 because these are all negative, and then that's going to go to -2. And then from here to here, it dips back below the axis, and so that's going to be from 0 to 4. And so that's where it's greater than 0, where it's less than 0. If this was a piece of paper and we're in person, I would fold the piece of paper in half and show you, and fold it right along the x-axis. So everything that's still showing when I look at the top half of the graph, that's what this is. If I flip it over, everything that's still showing when I look at the bottom half of the graph, that's what that is. Hopefully that helps.